Good Lord! The stars are shining bright and the sun is glowing on us. The movies are creating magic and we hope we don't miss the bus. Watch great cinema and enjoy the bliss of music God's given us only as much time. We must use it. Hope you're doing very well and staying afloat no matter what. I'm Atika Farooqui. Let's begin now showing with the highlights. Vikram Vedha is a bromance based on the folklore of Vikram Vedha, has elegant action and two handsome men in a face-off. Mrunal Thakur is basking in the success of Sita Ramam, talks to us how does an actor keep working on his skill set. Sultan and Tiger Zinda head director Abbas Zafar from France on why he made Diljit Dosanjh's Jogi. And Raftaar on the world of rap songs and music. Let's talk about Vikram Vedha that is released this week. Well, Vikram Vedha is a remake of a 2017 Tamil film made by Gayatri and Pushkar, who have remade their own film for the Hindi audience this time and setting it in Lucknow and Kanpur instead of Chennai. It's a battle of equals, one on the right side of the law and the other on the wrong side of the law. A face-off between a cop, to be precise an incorruptible encounter specialist who has at least 18 dead people that he called criminals on his list, and the other is a dreaded criminal with 18 kills and his mixed reputation precedes him. He had leapt off a building and literally sliced a politician in a rally into two from head to toe. The other is when he is cornered by the police, the locals cocoon him to safety. A Robin Hood? Maybe. Like the folklore of Vikram Betal, the King Vikramaditya and the vampire Betal, the wise and the valiant monarch would capture the latter, only to be told a story at the end of which was a riddle that Vikram had to crack. If the king knew the answer and did not reveal it, then his head will explode. And if he did respond correctly, then Betal would escape. This film's plot bangs on this story, this bromance or the cat and the mouse as you can call it. And this chase is fun both. When they kill, the background score by Sam C.S. celebrates it and glorifies it. Apparently, it seems like a sport. And cinematography by P.S. Vinod plays up every visual in a way like the Kill Bill imagery. There isn't much blood here, but the blows and the gunshots are constructed as entertainment. The fights by Parvez Sheikh are quite sophisticated and elegant, I must say. It's an overwhelmingly masculine world where the women have little to do. The job of Vikram, the cop played by the very suave Saif Ali Khan, who looks gorgeous in his white shirts and a gun in his hand, his job is to nab or kill Vedha, who has disheveled, scruffy hair and clever conversational skills. He traps the cop in his words, articulate stories and riddles. But for those who have not seen the Tamil version, take a lot of time to understand the rules of the game. And why is each scene so hyped with audio-visual intensity? The story here rests on the moral ambiguity and an unbiased take on sin and karma. Both are killers. Who will have the last laugh here? The wife of Vikram is played by Radhika Apte, who is a lawyer. Here is a unique twist that I must not spoil for you, but the emotional depth in the marital relationship was missing for me, as the test through which both have to pass all depended on the profoundness and the spiritual connect of the couple. The characters like the brother and his girlfriend lacked depth here. But it was not like that in the Tamil version, whereas they were much edged out in the Tamil version. The song Alcoholia may sound a bit out of place. To add a little mystique, the directors have used Raj Kapoor's songs in the background while the killing is happening, making crime scenes look even more layered and fun actually. What stood out for me was the alliance between sophisticated Saif and the rustic Hrithik Roshan. Almost like a romance between a village-bred ruffian boy and a city-bred beautiful lady. In the movie, you just want Vikram and Vedha to unite, to become friends, as they have a soul connect. They are each other's replica actually. If you like movies like KGF, appreciate dark cinema or thrillers, like action with style, you will like this one. Moving on. Mrunal Thakur is basking in the success of Sitaramam. That has proved to be a huge hit. Loved for its layered storyline, she played Sita, a very nuanced character that crosses a journey of time and places to unite with her lover. Before that, it was Jersey, Super 30 and Tufan, where she was appreciated. I meet up with her virtually while she was shooting to catch up with her state of mind these days and a tip for all actors. So tell me, I think you didn't choose Sita. Sita chose you, right?
Yes.
And this is such a unique character. It's almost like right out of a novel. Your character, Sita, is someone who falls in love with somebody and stays single till the rest of her life after she doesn't get together with him. And what amazing poise and patience does she display? What was your reference point?
My biggest reference was Gayatri Devi. I watched her interviews. I saw all the footage online, whatever was available. Sharmila Tagore ji for her Adai and for, because there's a lot of portion in the film that you'll see which requires that grace,
Yeah.
of Madhubala, and a person who's extremely close to my heart, that is Madhu Raja. And I think I would really like to dedicate Sita Mahalakshmi's character to Madhu Raja. She has made such a huge difference in my life because when I met her, I was a girl. I was this girl with foul mouth, no tehzeeb, nothing. But when I met her, she transformed me into this well-behaved kid who is extremely professional enough in her career.
Tell me, as an actor, these periods of no work phases, what does an actor do? While you have to keep your enthusiasm high, while you have to keep your energy high as well, how does one keep preparing for the projects that will come to him maybe a year later or 2 years later? You learn dancing, posture, body posture, singing. What all did you learn?
Last time where I was at home and I didn't have much to shoot, I learned Kathak. And for an actor, I feel like you always need to be prepared क्योंकि कल ऐसा होगा where you don't have time to learn and you just have to be on set and perform. So I was massively hydrophobic and I worked on that. I learned how to swim. I learned how to swim, and now that I have little time left, I'm going to start my Kalaripayattu classes back. I want to do something in action so that tomorrow, if there is a director who's asking me, do you know how to perform action? I want to say yes. Most of the people get really discouraged during this phase where they think that why is no work coming? But this time is actually to groom ourselves and to be a better performer. Last time I learned mixed martial arts, a little bit of jujitsu and animal movement and kickboxing. Like Kathak is something that I have, like I'm already introduced to, but ballet is something which is on my mind. And I want to work on my language. I want to learn Telugu fluently so that in future, tomorrow when I go visit Hyderabad or Telangana, I want to speak fluently.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm working on
Ela
right now.
untaru.
Bagunnara, that much I know. I learned how to say నేను మీకు ప్రేమిస్తున్నాను, which means I love you. నేను మీకు ద్వేషిస్తున్నాను, which means I hate you. So all these small little things are beautiful. Like I would love to explore that language and I want to learn. That's on my agenda.
Mrunal, what is the art of being seen by the right people? Like you said, Nikhil Advani called me, and you said that I got a call from them, I got a call from him. What is the art of putting yourself out there? How do you catch the attention of the filmmakers? This is for all the actors that are waiting somewhere but don't know how to get spotted.
I think I owe my career to all the film festivals that my Love Sonia has been up, has been screened at. Or this is a very difficult question. Like, trust me, Atika, I was myself struggling really hard because I felt like Love Sonia was such a difficult film to pull off, and I felt like I was good, like I was okay, uh, at least better than what I was in my previous work. But my question to myself, how do I get these filmmakers to watch my film? Having said that, it takes time. Like, trust me, in spite of being existing into Bollywood for so long, I haven't really gotten something which is as character wise as meaty as Sita. I believe that whatever work I got in the
Hmm.
past,
Hmm.
I kept doing that. I literally rose from 5 scenes to 7 scenes to 10 scenes to 12 scenes. To
Okay.
all the actors, I just want to tell them one thing, that do not be ashamed of being a part of a film which offers 3 scenes but are good scenes.
Mrunal, you've been one of those few lucky actresses who, in a very short span of your career, have worked with the A-listers. You worked with Hrithik Roshan in Super 30. You worked with Shahid Kapoor in Jersey. You worked with Dulkar in Sita Ramam. And you worked with Farhan Akhtar in Tufan. How did that happen? Because this is one of those very key things that an actor needs in his career to be seen as an A-lister.
Yeah, but Atika, short span, I think 10 years is not short span, yeah.
Okay.
I started facing camera when in 2012 and we are in 2022 right now. Obviously, when you do when you be a part of a good film like Love Sonia was that for me, it reached out to so many audience out there, so many filmmakers out there. Nikhil Advani sir actually saw Love Sonia. I got Batla House. Then Nikhil Advani sir recommended my name to Rakesh sir for Tufan, and for Jersey also. I think Jersey happened because of Sneha, I must say, who works for me, and she recommended my name. And I was not many of them know that I had actually met the makers for Kabir Singh, for Preeti's character, but I was little skeptical about playing that character because I don't think my family was open enough to see me in that avatar, I must say.
Yeah,
So I
sure.
had to unfortunately let it go, and I feel like I wish I was a part of that film, but it was meant to be to work with Shahid Kapoor, and if it was not Kabir Singh, it is Jersey. So I'm
Jersey.
happy that
Yeah.
I remember meeting Shahid for the first time, and I was like very excited to play the part. And I think Gautam sir also is that director. I asked him, how do you found me? Like, how did you find me? He mentioned ki I saw your work in Super 30 Mrunal, and that's when I knew you are my Vidya. So a big thank you to all the filmmakers and co-actors and the entire team who's like, and the audience especially has showered me with so much love.
Yeah, they have. You have a good day and all
Thank
the
you.
best for your movies.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
We're heading for a short break here, but after the break, we have rapper Raftaar. Don't go away. Welcome back to Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqui. Now, Ali Abbas Zafar started off as an assistant director with Yash Raj Films and went on to make critically acclaimed films like Tiger Zinda Hai and Sultan that also proved to be very successful at the box office. He got married to an Iranian woman from France and has also recently started a family. Congrats on that. He directed a film called Jogi with Diljit Dosanjh that is being appreciated for its realistic portrayal of a blot from history. And also, he produced it. He speaks to me from France. Let me start by introducing Ali Abbas Zafar's career. He has been directing some of the wonderful films which are blockbusters. He's worked with Ranveer, Salman, Katrina, and in 2022, you chose to write, direct, and produce a film, a relatively smaller film in scale and budget called Jogi. So, how is it a progression in your career, Ali?
By the grace of God, I've been fortunate enough to do big budget films, But I started a company. Jogi is the first that company. For me, what was very important is that as a storyteller, the story needs to have a really big heart. It's a story about courage. It's the story about hope. It's the story of standing against wrong. Somewhere or the other, the story was within me. And my co-writers Sukhmani Sadana and the people that I've been working for, and they said that this would be the right film to start the company.
Hats off to you for really sensitively handling this project. where it was not just about the genocide against a community, it was also about the friendship that emerges. And that's one story that is common to many of such incidents that has happened all over the world, the human aspect of such crimes against humanity. You were born somewhere in the 80s. You've seen the 80s and the 90s and all the socio-political happenings of the last 3-4 decades. What was your emotional journey?
As you said very correctly, that this is there is always some heartbreaking stories in the time of chaos, in the time of in the time where humans start not to behave like humans, when there is a mass murder of humanity. What inspired us as a team, and especially me and Diljit, was to find a human story in the middle of this chaos. Because every such instance, which is 84, which is the NTC riots, which happened in Delhi, the pattern in every riot is the same. I always say that there is a difference between we as individuals and we as mob. A mob does not have a religion. A mob does not have a sentiment. An individual has a sentiment. A single person has a sentiment, and that is what Jogi is all about. It's about individual. It's not about the identity of the people who's creating the disturbance. It's about the identity of the people who are saving the individuals. The wounds of people who suffered 84 are very fresh, and they're still not healed, and I don't think so they will heal ever. So as a filmmaker, it's very, very important for us to be very sensitive to what has happened and to portray, with the help of fiction, in the right light, that people who see the film understand that this film has been made to bring people together.
Once Diljit had told me in an interview that I don't get to do so many big films because they asked me to get rid of my turban or cut my hair, which I will never do. And I saw in this movie that he, not in reality, but he did get rid of the hair for the scenes. Of course, it was a tremendous casting there with Diljit Dosanjh. How did you get him? And how was it working with him, considering that you worked with Salman and Ranveer and Katrina, somebody like him who's more of a comprehensive artist, not just a performer, but not just an actor, but also a performer?
When we came to a conclusion that yes, we want to do Jogi, and the idea was that who should be the character who portrays Jogi, I had no choice. I just told Himanshu Mehra, who's my partner, and I said, Himanshu, the only person who can pull this character is Diljit. First of all, he belonged to that community, which faced this whole NTC riots. Second of all, I wanted a Sikh to play Jogi's character. I didn't wanted anyone from the Indian film industry to put a turban. Also, the thing is that he is a very, very proud Sardar. He's a very proud Sikh, and I think somewhere or the other he puts that very honestly in front of the entire world, and that proudness brings a lot of brightness and happiness. I'm really enamored by people like that. He read the entire script. I asked him, is there anything that you feel is objectionable in the film? Anything that you don't agree with? Because for me, that scene in the Baoli when he takes off his turban and, to survive, and he gives that sacrifice, like even in Sikhism, Qurbani is a very big thing, and something which is so close to your identity. I was like, Baji, do you think this? He said, nothing is objectionable because this is the reality.
Up next, we have rapper Raftaar talking about his latest song, Speed Se Badho, and highlighting societal evils in his songs and how has success changed him in this interview with my colleague Vishal Chatkara.
देख मेरा नेटवर्क ब्रो, तभी मेरी होती गई नेटवर्क ग्रो. वो बोले बड़े नटखट हो, तभी मैंने बोला थोड़ा हट वट लो, गेट लो, गेट लो. बीच में जो आए खाए हेड बट वो करके दिखाओ मुझे स्टेप वेप दो, फिर शट डाउन शो यू ना हल्के में लो. ए कल्चर में वल्चर बड़े, खबर मेरी पढ़कर ये खज्जल पड़े, जीते बबल में ये चंचल बड़े, पर कलम मेरी चलते ही हलचल बड़े, पल पल बड़े. We going fast.
Raftaar, your latest album titled Speed Se Badho is a collaboration with the leading telecom brand Vodafone Idea. So what was the idea behind creating this song for you?
सर आइडिया बहुत सिंपल था इनका जॉइंट वेंचर हुआ कोलैबोरेशन हुआ एंड इट्स अबाउट द फास्टेस्ट 4G they have like it's about network speeds it's not a collaboration it's like they chose me to be the sound of what they're trying to say to the youth or the people of this country that देखो दुनिया में सब लोग बहुत जल्दी से काम कर रहे हैं आपको भी तेजी से बढ़ना पड़ेगा
Rappers often highlight social evil or issues about the world in their song. You have done that in past with some of your songs. So at this point in your career, what drives your creativity?
See, I basically a rapper. We look at ourselves as storytellers. That's the first point. Like let's take V's collaboration for example. When they came to us, they had this whole plot. They knew what they wanted to say to the people. My job is to take their ideas and put it into a story format and tell it to the people, relate to the people. And I look for new stories. Every song I'm making, I'm trying to tell a story. बहुत आसान हो जाता है sir. And अगर देखा जाए simplest terms में we are just poets. हम कुर्ता नहीं पहनते हम कुछ और पहनते हैं और हमारे पास कुछ beats होती है. The way we move is different.
Rap is all about rap battles. Whom would you like to have a rap battle with today?
Man, I think I should just have a battle with Krishna. That would be the most fun.
Sure, you know.
हाँ मतलब best के साथ ही करना चाहिए ना.
Of course. When are we going to see the film which is produced by Raftaar and stars Nawazuddin Siddiqui?
पता क्या होता है हमने बनाने के लिए तो बहुत एक छोटा सा प्रोजेक्ट की शुरुआत की थी कि एक छोटा प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है इसको हम किसी तरीके से करेंगे बट जैसे जैसे लोग देखते गए तो बिकॉज वी आर न्यू टू द होल प्रोडक्शन साइड ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री a lot of people started showing interest फिर प्रोजेक्ट बड़ा होता गया फिर म्यूजिक बड़ा हो गया फिर बैकग्राउंड स्कोर करने वाले बड़े हो गए
Are there any no-go areas for Raftaar, issues or words which you think that you will never bring in your songs?
सर मैंने ऐसा कुछ छोड़ा नहीं है मेरे को लगता नहीं है there is nothing I haven't said yet to be honest I've never reached a place where I think कि यार ये मैं बोल नहीं सकता क्योंकि honestly सर अभी तक मेरे को शायद मेरी दिमाग जितना सोच पाया उतना मैं बोल दिया अगर नहीं कुछ बोल पा रहा है तो शायद नहीं सोच पा रहा
And finally, you know, after achieving so much success, name and fame, becoming a brand, does success make a singer more or less free as an artist?
If you're successful and you add entrepreneurship to it that means you are responsible for everything you do on your own like I take my calls so मुझे लगता है कि अगर आपकी सक्सेस आपकी वजह से आई है आपकी मेहनत और आपकी टीम की मेहनत से आई है तो आप अपनी मर्जी का करोगे आपकी सक्सेस अगर किसी की मोहताज है तो आपने शुरू में भी सुना था आप एंड तक सुनते रहोगे
That's all that we have today. Next week, we meet the directors of Family Man, Mirzapur and Dehen, and also Pankaj Tripathi and Jackie Shroff on their show Criminal Justice, and a lot more. You take good care. I'm Atika Farooqui saying goodbyes. See you again.